Hi everyone, my name is Courtney. I'm Fiber Fox Studios. Welcome to Mosaic Monday. Today we are going to work on pattern number 57, Folia, chart 2 for the half leaf version of the design. Last week I taught you how to do the full leaf version. I'll have a link to that tutorial down below in the description for you. This week we're going to learn the half leaf. If you work the full leaf and the half leaf together, your leaves will be staggered instead of a straight line going up and down on the project. So we are going to be working in the same multiple of 16 plus 4, and I will tell you in the video how to join on to your existing work from last week's video for the full leaf here in this tutorial. So remember, down in the description there is a link to the Etsy where you can purchase the chart set, but please remember you never ever have to buy anything. I provide the entire pattern in this video for you. We'll be working rows 1 through 23 to grab your favorite crochet hook and 2 colors of yarn, and let's get started. To begin, you will be chaining in the multiple of 16 over and over as many times as you would like. If you are going to work flat, you will add 4 chains to the end of that chain count. If you are going to work in the round, you are just simply going to chain in the multiple of 16 over and over, and then you will slip stitch to the first chain that you made to form a ring, and then you will begin working the repeats given in that same stitch that you slip stitch into. For the tutorial today, we are going to be working flat. If you are going to join on to existing work from the full leaf tutorial, which was put out the week prior, you would be joining on at row 2 to work this pattern next. So if you are joining on to existing work from the full leaf design, you want to join on and begin working at row 2. So you're going to ignore row 1 instruction, go directly to row 2 and start there. So make sure that you're using color A to get started, chaining your multiple of 16, add 4 to it if you're working flat like me, and we are now going to begin row number 1. So to begin row 1, we have to skip the first chain from our hook and move into that second chain. That's where we're going to do our traditional single crochet. So go here into the second chain from our hook. So skip 1, move here to the second, and we're going to go in that complete stitch under the V, and then single crochet just like normal from there. Now we're going to begin the repeat for row 1, and it's very simple. We are going to be working a back loop only single crochet in each of our stitches. So in order to do this, all we do is pick up the one side of the stitch. Now you single crochet just like normal. So you will be working one back loop only single crochet in every stitch on this row, except for the very last stitch. You'll be doing a traditional single crochet in that, but we will meet up at the end of the row to work that together and bind off. So you're going to continue working on down the row, placing one back loop only single crochet in each and every stitch, and then meet up with me when you have 1 stitch left. So we are now back here at the end of row 1, and I have 1 stitch left. What we are going to do at the end of every row in the very last stitch of each row is work a traditional single crochet. So what that means is we are going into the complete stitch. So you're going to have to work, make sure you're under both legs of the stitch so that you have the complete stitch on the hook, and then we single crochet just like normal from there. So now that we've done that, we have to bind off at the end of each row. To do so, we're going to be chaining up 2, and then we're going to cinch that down to form a knot. So I like to do it like this, chain 2, and then we grab and clip our yarn real quick. And of course, we must pull out this tail so that it comes right out the top of the stitch. You're going to grab the tail, place your thumb and index right above those 2 chains you made, and you are going to pull up on your tail while you slide down with your thumb and index. Doing so creates that perfect little knot that'll keep your work from coming undone. Like I said, we do this every single row at the end of the row. So now we're going to begin row number 2. To do so, we do not turn our work. We just simply return back here to the start of the row, and we want to identify the very first stitch of the row. To make sure that we are grabbing the first stitch, we want to identify the turning chain that we had to start row 1. That's this little side bump. We want to make sure we're not working that. We are looking for this first defined V right here. That's our first stitch. So we're going to go into that stitch completely under the V, getting in there completely. And now we need to grab color B to begin row number 2. And this is how we'll be joining on at the beginning of every single row. You take color B, or whatever color we're working. So in this case, we're taking color B, and we just lay it over our hook. Now we're going to pull that up, and then we want to grab the tail and working yarn and chain 1. Now we're going to allow the tail to fall and get out of our way. And then we have to go back into that same first stitch and finish our traditional single crochet. So again, going back in, completely into the stitch, and then single crochet like normal from there. Now we begin our repeat for row number 2, and it's exactly like row 1. We're going to be working a back loop only single crochet into each of our stitches. So for the rest of this tutorial, I will refer to these as just single crochets, and you will know that when we are working our repeat stitches, your single crochets will always be worked in the back loop only. So you're going to place 1 single crochet in each and every stitch, and then in the very last stitch of the row, you will do your traditional single crochet and bind off, just like we learned back on row 1. So you're going to continue to work and then meet up with me when you're ready for row number 3. Row 3 begins now, and we are going to be working in color A. Row 3's repeat begins with 1 double crochet, and this will be how we're going to do all of our double crochets throughout your entire project. So we wrap our yarn like normal for the double crochet, but we identify the very next stitch in our row, and then we must slide down 2 rows below, picking up this front loop that we left behind by doing those back loop only single crochets. So once we slide under that front loop, we're going to grab and pull up a loop. And now from here, we begin working our double crochet just like normal. So you grab, pull through 2, grab, pull through 2. So now we are going to move on with our repeat with 4 single crochets. To make sure that we are picking up the very next stitch, we're going to fold back this double crochet and check. Back here, each double crochet will take up 1 stitch on the previous row. It's covering it up. So when we put it back into place, we have the stitch covered, and we can see that this is our very next stitch. It's really important we get our placement right. Once we have it set up with correct placement, it's a breeze from there. So we begin working the rest of the repeat with 4 single crochets. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we work 7 double crochets. So we're going to wrap, slide directly down, pick up that front loop. There we go. So here's 1. Now number 2. 3, 4, 5, a little more yarn, 6, and number 7. Now we're going to end our repeat by working 4 single crochets. So identify the very next stitch. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that ends our repeat for row number 3. So let's recap it. Row 3's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 7 double crochets, and we end with 4 single crochets. So you're going to continue to work that exact set. And if you are new here, we're going to work it together one more time. Otherwise, if you are not new, you know what to do, and you can move ahead to row 4. For the rest of us, if you are new, we're going to work this one more time together. So this is how you work all of your repeats and continue down your row. Here's our set of stitches, and we've just finished up the repeat over here to the left with 4 single crochets. So to begin our repeat again, we start right at the beginning of it. So in this case, our repeat is 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we'll work 4 single crochets to end the repeat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that ends our repeat for a second time on row 3. So as you can see, once we started our repeat over right here, we work that exact same set again, and you just keep working over and over all the way down the row, the set of stitches that's your repeat. So here at the end of the row, you will have 2 stitches left every row. This is how every single row will be worked. You will restart your repeat for 1 stitch here in the second to last stitch of the row. And then in the very last stitch of the row, you will do your traditional single crochet. So for this row, we start our repeat over, and it begins with a double crochet. So we slide down and pick up that front loop and finish out our double crochet. And now we end the row by working our traditional single crochet here in the very last stitch. Ta-da! Now you bind off like we already learned and meet up with me for row number 4. Row 4 begins now, and we are working in color B. Our repeat for row number 4 begins with 1 single crochet, 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're moving on with the repeat with 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we'll end our repeat by working 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and number 4. So that ends our repeat. So let's recap what we have done. Row number 4's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 4 double crochets, 7 single crochets, and we end with 4 double crochets. So you're going to continue to work that exact set of stitches. Meet up with me when you're ready for row 5. Row 5 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row number 5's repeat begins with 1 double crochet, 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5. And we will end our repeat by working 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that ends our repeat. Let's recap it. Row number 5's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 5 single crochets, 5 double crochets, and we end the repeat with 5 single crochets. So continue to work that exact set of stitches. Meet up with me for row number 6. Row 6 begins now, and we are working in color B. Our repeat for row number 6 begins with 3 single crochets. There's 1, 2, and number 3. 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. And we'll end our repeat by working 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and done. So now let's recap what we have done. Row number 6 repeat began with 3 single crochets, 3 double crochets, 5 single crochets, 3 double crochets, and we end with 2 single crochets. So you're going to continue to work that exact set of stitches and meet up with me for row number 7. Row number 7 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 7's repeat begins with 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 double crochet, and 1 single crochet to end that repeat. So now let's recap what we've done. Row number 7's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 3 double crochets, 4 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and last but not least, 1 single crochet. So you're going to continue to work that exact set of stitches on down your row, and then we'll meet up when you are ready for row number 8. Row 8 begins now, and we are working in color B. Our repeat for row 8 begins with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3. 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and we will end the repeat with 1 double crochet. Okay, so let's recap what we've done. Row number 8's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 2 double crochets, 3 single crochets, 2 double crochets, 3 single crochets, and we end with 1 double crochet. So continue to work that exact set. Meet up with me for row number 9. Row number 9 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row number 9's repeat is extremely simple. We are essentially doing 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets all the way down the row, but I'm going to give you the exact 16 stitch set to form the repeat. But just know we are doing 1 double, 3 singles down this row. So we're going to begin the repeat with 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, and we will end the repeat with 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So that ends our repeats. Let's recap it. Row number 9's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets. See, that's all you have to do all the way down the row. So really easy one. We will meet up when you're ready for row number 10. Row 10 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 10's repeat begins with 1 single crochet, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 1 single crochet, 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and we end with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and number 3. So that ends our repeat. Let's recap it. Row 10's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 3 double crochets, 2 single crochets, 2 double crochets, 1 single crochet, 2 double crochets, 2 single crochets, 3 double crochets. So you're going to continue to work that exact set of stitches and meet up with me for row number 11. Row number 11 begins now, and we are working in color A. Our repeat for row number 11 begins with 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, and 4 single crochets to end our repeat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that ends the repeat. Let's recap it. Row number 11's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end with 4 single crochets. So you're going to continue to work that exact set of stitches on down your row, and we'll meet up for row number 12 whenever you're ready. Row 12 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 12's repeat begins with 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and we end the repeat with 1 single crochet. So now let's recap what we've done. Row number 12's repeat began with 2 single crochets, 3 double crochets, 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 3 double crochets, and we end the repeat with 1 single crochet. So continue to work that exact set and meet up with me for row 13. Row 13 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 13's repeat begins with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we end the repeat with 1 double crochet. So now let's recap what we've done. Row 13's repeat began with 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 4 single crochets, and we end the repeat with 1 double crochet. So you're going to continue to work that exact set on down your row and meet up with me for row 14. Row 14 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 14's repeat begins with 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And we end the repeat with 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. So that ends the repeat. Let's recap it. Row 14's repeat began with 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 3 double crochets, 5 single crochets, 3 double crochets, and we end with 2 single crochets. So you're going to continue to work that exact set of stitches on down your row. Meet up with me for row 15. Row 15 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 15's repeat begins with 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and number 3. 1 double crochet, and we'll end the repeat with 1 single crochet. So let's recap what we've done. Row 15's repeat began with 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 3 single crochets, 5 double crochets, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we end the repeat with 1 single crochet. So continue to work that exact set of stitches. Meet up with me for row 16. Row 16 begins now, and we are working in color B. Our repeat for row 16 begins with 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7. 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and 1 double crochet to end our repeat. So let's recap it. Row 16's repeat began with 2 double crochets, 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 7 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, and 1 double crochet to end that repeat. So you're going to continue to work this exact set of stitches and meet up with me for row 17. Row 17 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 17's repeat begins with 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 7 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, and we will end the repeat with 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. So now let's recap it. Row 17's repeat began with 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 7 double crochets, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, and we end with 2 single crochets. So continue to work that exact set, and we will meet back up for row 18. Row 18 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 18's repeat begins with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 11 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2 double crochets to end our repeat. 1 and 2. So let's recap it. Row 18's repeat began with 3 double crochets, 11 single crochets, and then we end with 2 double crochets. So continue to work that exact set of stitches and meet up with me for row 19. A cheater method for this row: once you get the setup going, you're going to be doing 5 double crochets, 11 single crochets, all the rest of the way down. If that makes any sense. Otherwise, just follow the original repeat. All right, moving on to row 19. Row 19 begins now, and we are working in color A. Our repeat for row 19 begins with 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 11 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we'll end our repeat by working 2 single crochets. 1, 2. So let's recap what we've done. Row 19's repeat began with 3 single crochets, 11 double crochets, 2 single crochets. So you're going to continue to work that set of stitches on down your row. Cheater method for this row is once you get set up, you are doing 11 double crochets, 5 single crochets across these sections. Or of course, just follow the exact 16 stitch repeat and you will be fine. So we'll move on to row 20 whenever you're ready. Row 20 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 20's repeat begins with 2 double crochets, 1, and number 2. 13 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we'll end the repeat by working 1 double crochet, So now let's recap what we've done. Row number 20's repeat began with 2 double crochets, 13 single crochets, and we end the repeat with 1 double crochet. So you're going to continue to work that set of stitches. Meet up with me for row 21. Row 21 begins now, and we are working in color A. Row 21's repeat begins with 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, 13 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 1 single crochet will end our repeat. So now let's recap what we've done. Row number 21's repeat began with 2 single crochets, 13 double crochets, and we end with 1 single crochet. So continue to work that set of stitches on down your row. Meet up with me for row 22. Row 22 begins now, and we are working in color B. Row 22's repeat begins with 1 double crochet, and then we end the repeat with 15 single crochets. So super easy one. Here's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and number 15. So that ends our repeat. Let's recap it real quick. Row 22's repeat began with 1 double crochet, ends with 15 single crochets. So keep working that set of stitches and meet up with me for our final row. Row 23 begins now, and we are working in color A. This is our final row. Row 23's repeat begins with 1 single crochet, and then it ends with 15 double crochets. So another really easy row. 15 doubles. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and number 15. So let's recap it. Row number 23 is repeat. 1 single crochet, 15 double crochets. So keep repeating that exact set and meet up with me one final time to talk about how you can grow your project. So this is what your work will look like after completing row 23. From here, if you wanted to repeat this exact same design and have a stacked effect with your leaves lining up, you would rewind back in this same video to row 2 and work rows 2 through 23 as many times as you would like, ending with row 23 as your final row because it matches with the start of the row. Now, if you are wanting to use the full leaf version, which is chart 1, with the half leaf version, which is this video for chart 2, you would go back to the other video for chart 1 for the full leaf, and you would join on at row 2 and continue to work through row 2 through 23 of the full leaf. Then you would alternate back to this one, to this video, and join on and work at row 2 through 23 on this chart as well, or on this video. Doing so and alternating between the two videos or two charts, the full leaf and the half leaf, will give you a staggered look to your project. So your second set of leaves will be offset from the first set, and then if you alternate back to the full leaf, then you will continue that and grow that in that manner. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like it doesn't. So just either repeat this 2 to 23 or join on and alternate between the full and the half leaves by working the repeat rows of 2 to 23 on either of the videos, and go back and forth between them, and you will have a fantastic project when you are done. Hopefully this has been helpful to you and not confusing. I really do appreciate you sticking around to the very end of the video. It means a ton to me. You will never know how much. If you did enjoy this, if you did learn something, please feel free to give me a thumbs up, and I love hearing from you guys down in the comments below. So always feel free to leave me a comment. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.